Okay, so what actually is a bad boy? What do you consider a bad boy? Episode 3. I don't know exactly. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Bad Boys Los Angeles. This is season 1. This is episode 3. Episode 3, and I'm a little bit lost. A little bit lost because here we are 3 episodes in. We're asking, again, it's like this major question. What is it that you feel like a bad boy is? And when we're asking people in the house, they're all over the place. I don't know that they all really know. And I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing. It seems you got to be willing to play in people's face. You got to be willing to flip-flop around. And your Tuesday and your Wednesday ain't the same thing. That's kind of what's coming across. And I got a question. Were the girls like this? Did the girls do this flip-flopping, backpedaling, pussy popping stuff that's going on here with these boys? I'm confused. I am so totally confused. But one thing I do know is that the man of the house and the first lady are completely and totally playing in everybody else's faces. They're playing in your face. They got an issue. They got an issue. And you can see right through it. It's like tissue paper. They got an issue with these little gay boys. They got an issue with Carry On. And Moula is determined to force Carry On out of a closet. Why? I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm like, okay, I don't know how much more of this I'm going to watch, because it's starting to get on my nerves already. 3 episodes in. It's starting to be real problematic. And it's like you playing. You pretending you're doing that thing of, no, I'm not homophobic. But it's this, that, and the other, which is all homophobic. Like, none of that don't make no sense. As long as you say that you're straight, and that's the other question, because Carry On won't say that he's straight. So if he comes out and tells you he's straight, will you shut up? Will you back off? Will you leave him alone? For some reason, I don't think so. For some reason, I think that the man of the house, which is Moula, is what I call him, the man of the house, I don't think you're going to stop, period. You won't stop until Carry On says, look, I'm gay, and then you say, I don't want to have nothing to do with you, or you just completely jump on him or something. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. But there's so much other stuff that came out in this episode. Dude, are you serious right now? Why do you have such a hard-on for Carry On? Why do you have such a hard-on for Carry On, Moula? And when we found out that you've actually done business with Milan, and you know he's gay, so what's the issue? Listen, let's go into this show here because I go on and on. But anyway, Moula and Curtis are sitting down there, okay, just like who they are, the first lady and the man of the house. They sitting down there together as usual and looking like a couple. Because and you know what? It's shady. I am being shady. I am. But Carry On brought it right back to him in this episode. Y'all look like a couple. We ain't going to sit here and sugarcoat and play around with it. You two look like a couple, sisters. That's what y'all look like. Y'all look more like a couple than everybody in the house. There's more chemistry between Moula and Curtis than there is between Carry On and Gutta. And we know that there's a whole tension between them two. Gunna done pretty much staked her claim on Carry On. But the two of y'all act like one old piece of couple. But y'all, they sitting down there and carrying on. And the whole thing is, Moula is saying, like, he doesn't want to come across as homophobic. Because again, his brand is at stake. His name is at stake. And he understands that he done sobered up, and he understands he on television. He also blames what happened the previous day on drinking. I don't really drink, and I'm not a drinker. And you know that doesn't work. Not in my world. That don't work in my world. Because alcohol don't do nothing but heighten your truth. That's all. So all of what you showed yesterday is what you really are. That's all. That's all. You might as well get another drink. That's all. And then it came out again later in the episode. So every time you drink, you gonna go there. We're gonna go right back to it. Yes, we are, because that's what your truth is. Anyway, here comes Milan. So Milan comes, and they start having this conversation. And Milan is shooting straight, pretty much, saying, why did you hit him? Why did you hit him? And Moula's like, well, he was getting loud. Who are you? You were getting loud. Who are you? You were getting loud. And what you're getting loud about is what the problem is. You were mad at this man because this man will not come out of the closet. And him and Milan is going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Then Curtis jumps in like the first lady always said, well, I feel like you owe me an apology because I don't know why you hit me. I hit you because y'all were getting ready to jump him. We weren't getting ready to jump him. Yeah, that's what it looked like. He done hit him, and now you pushing him. He wasn't doing anything to you. That's called jumping. And see how y'all up underneath each other together like this? You got all the motive in the world, ma'am, to jump him. And that's exactly what it looked like. I don't care how you try to explain it. I don't care how you go around and around and around it. He hit him. And I said it in my last review. Had you not merged forward, you wouldn't even been anywhere near him for him to be following your direction. Isn't that true, Curtis? When Moula moved up on him, you moved up too. What are you moving up for? What were you moving up for? So shh. Be like a nice first lady and hush. Sit down and hush while Milan and Moula is talking. Just be quiet. Because you're not helping. You're not helping. So Milan ends up saying, you know, it was what it was. If you put us in those positions, that's why we take those stances. Period. You don't have a right to try to force him to tell you who he is. And Milan was saying, I don't even think he knows what exactly his stance is. And you're like trying to force him. And Moula just wasn't getting it. He don't see any issue with him wanting that information, even though it's not his business. It's not your business. If you're not trying to screw, then it's not your business. And you're trying to put it on, well, I need to know just in case he looking at me. You know what all that is? Phobia. Phobic. That all falls under that umbrella. You're worried about him when there's no apparent danger to you at all. You're all in his shit because that's what you choose to do because you nabby. You nabby and you got a problem with it. You got a problem with something that ain't got nothing to do with you. Period. Well, most gay people I know, so what? His name's Carry On. He's not most gay people that you know. He's Carry On. And you don't have the right to force him out of a closet. He doesn't have to explain a damn thing to you. Got it? And you got that later on. Anyway, so Milan said, I apologize to Curtis for swinging on him because that was just, maybe I was wrong for that. Maybe I shouldn't have did that. So I apologize. Curtis talking about, well, you know, me and you, we need to do a boxing match or something. We get a fair one. Milan's like, girl, you don't want it with me, honey. I'll bop you, honey. I said, oh, Lord. Anyway, so that was just kind of real corny to me. Real corny. He bopped you. It is what it is. He bopped you. Your boyfriend bopped Carry On. Y'all even. Go sit down. Anyway, moving on. Gutta, Carry On, and Relly are actually talking. Now, I told y'all I like Relly, but Relly, you a flip-flopping ass, baby. That's all that's to it. They up there, they talking. Gutta is saying, you know, Carry On said, well, there got to be some type of a meeting. I'm going to have a sit down some point with these two about what went down. And Gutta is like, oh, I need to be at that meeting. So I'm laughing. Relly then picked up on the whole Carry On Gutta thing. Like, well, Miss Thing, why you need to be at the meeting? And he's like, oh, okay, girl. Well, all right. Then Relly starts telling us about how he was actually friends with William. Like, they were friends. They were like kind of like internet friends. And they were cool before they got there and any of this stuff. And then he's like, I just want them to be real and this, that, and the other. And it was like this whole flip-flop conversation. It was, I like William. That's why I jumped on William. Because in the past, William was saying he was going to do this, he was going to do that, and I wanted to make sure he would really do this, that, and the other. I'm like, really, no. You flip-flopping friend. The truth of the matter is, you wanted camera time. And William was collateral damage. Flip-flopping. Shady. And with friends like that, really, don't nobody need no enemies. No, baby, you showing flip-flopping. So this is where I'm like, okay, so is this what it is? I still like Relly, but you flat out just said, baby, you flips and you flops. Look at Milan, how Milan flip-flopped on Anthony. And then they back to be like they cool. Come on. Seriously, what are y'all doing? So what is it really? What is it really that you have to do? You got to be a bully. You got to be flip-floppy. And what else? What else? I don't know. I'm confused. I guess it's just bad behavior, and that would encapsulate all of it. Y'all got bad behaviors. It's bad behaviors. And the one thing that was said between Dylan and William when they were having their little talk, ain't nobody got no friends in here. And that's the absolute truth. Ain't none of you all friends. So y'all need to get, well, I would take that back. The first lady and the man of the house, they're friends for now. They're the only ones that have a real alliance between y'all, and maybe Carry On and, Carry On and Gutta. I don't see Carry On and Gutta getting into it because their stuff is on a different level. But I think that it kind of seemed like Moula and Curtis and stuff is on another level too. So right there, them two having a line, but everybody else is a free agent, baby. Every man for themselves. William and Dylan, William kind of was like, okay, we cool, and kind of doing the thing like they're gonna be cool. Dylan admitted to William when all the fights was breaking down that he was scared last night and all of that. So here William's thinking they kind of bonded. Dylan got in this confession, was like, I don't trust this bitch, nor should you. And obviously he shouldn't trust you. Ain't no friends in here. The only two, we got two alliances, and that is the man of the house and the first lady, and then we got Gutta and Carry On. Everybody else seems to be fair game, is what I'm actually looking at here. I'm like, oh, this is a whole mess here. This is a mess. And then William, Miss William, let me talk to you for a minute, bitch. Have a seat. Come down close, sister. Bitch, you were saying some stuff that didn't sit too hot with me. You telling a story about when you were in high school and how you had made friends with some black girls. And then you flat out said, did I really like them? Not really, but you needed them. So you used those black girls for protection, but you really didn't like him. And as I was listening to your conversation with Dylan, it sounded to me like you were encouraging Dylan to try to do the same thing to Milan as you did to those black girls. Because yesterday, Milan had stood in the gap for him. Is that what you was doing, Miss William, bitch? Was you trying to tell Dylan to cozy up under Milan? Because you ain't got to like him, but if he's going to serve as protection to you, you could use him as a little black guard dog. Is that what you were saying, bitch? Dylan, you sit down next to William down here on the front line. Let me tell you something. You can go ahead and listen to this goofy trick if you want to. Because if you do, you're going to get balled up in the process, because Milan is not none of y'all's friend. Do you understand? It's about the bag. It's about camera time. Milan is Milan's friend. And if you listen to William with that stupidness that he was talking, you're going to get beat up some more. And that's a guarantee. I'll cash app it. You're going to get tore up again if you play that game. And you might get tore up by Milan if he figure it out. You might get tore up by him. So, and remember, there's always a chance that there will be a reunion. When y'all be doing these little confessionals and all these little chats, there always is a chance that there may be a reunion. And at that reunion, your ass may be the one to get tore up about what you said in the confessional. So you two scary Marys, watch it. But no, William, I didn't like that. I didn't like it at all, and it didn't sit very well with me, ma'am. Now get out of my face. Going on somewhere. Anyway, moving on. Carry On and Moula and Curtis end up squaring off in the kitchen again. And they sees each other in the kitchen, and they start having this conversation. And then after all of that, because we went through that whole back and forth out on the deck with Milan and Moula and Curtis. And this is where I got ticked off. Went through the whole thing of trying to make you understand where the issue was and why things went left. You went right in there, and when you all sat down with Carry On, y'all act just like y'all didn't have that conversation with Milan. And y'all start doing the exact same thing that started all this in the beginning. You're trying to force him to tell you where he fits on the spectrum. Why? You right back at it. That's what got on my nerves. You went right back, and this is something that people who are homophobic tend to do. You could explain it to them 900 times. They're not listening. They're not listening. They don't care to hear what you're saying. They don't care. They have their own version of what it is. They know how they're going to react. They know how they're going to act. They'll appease you for a minute if it seems to serve them. But then they go right back to what it was. And this is what you're doing. So I have a hard time, Moula, when you're saying, no, I'm not homophobic. No, I don't have a problem with the gay community. And you keep saying it. The fact that you keep saying it turns the light on to make us look at you like you're lying. That's why you keep trying. Who are you trying to convince, us or you? And at this point, it just is what it is. It is what it is. It's the whole us against them thing. Period. That's all. That's all. You need not keep saying I ain't got no problem with the gay community. Yes, you do. You do. And you do better to just admit it. If you just admit it, then we could be okay. Just like you want Carry On to just admit that he is what you think he is. Because you're not interested in what it is he's telling you. He told you he's polygamous. He told you that. Told you he's a polygamist. And he finally said, well, just consider me bisexual. That wasn't even good enough for you two freaks. Y'all still, whenever he walked away, when he said he was bisexual, you led off into a conversation wanting to know how his dad felt and all. You went into all that. You was going to try to go down the church road and all that old bullshit. I said, am I the only one seeing this? Am I the only one that knows what's going on here? And it's fine. Look, it's okay for you to be homophobic. That's the flip side. Do you realize that? Do anybody realize that it actually is okay for you to be homophobic? But then being homophobic is just like us being homosexual. You have to deal with whatever cards comes along with being that. Just like we know that being homosexual in some situations and in some crowds, it could hurt you or harm you. Being homophobic in some situations, in some settings, it could hurt you or harm you. Like in your business, it will hurt you and it will harm you. If you're in the wrong crowd, it'll get your ass whooped. So it will hurt you. Same as us. Same as us. So it really is free for you to be who and how you choose to be. But you just have to understand, with every action, there's a reaction. So you can be homophobic if you want. And then sometimes it's going to hurt and harm you. You can be homosexual if that's what you are. And sometimes it's going to hurt and it's going to harm you. And you just got to deal with it. Deal with your cards. Play your hand. And that's it. But Carry On was like, flipped everything around, told him, tell me about y'all. Because when I'm looking at y'all, I'm seeing something else with y'all. Y'all sure y'all don't like each other? Y'all from the same place? Y'all brothers? What y'all? He flipped everything right back on them. He was doing the same thing to them as they were doing it, accusing. And you started to get mad. But you couldn't even see that he was turning the mirror around on you and doing the exact same thing to you that you were doing to him. He wasn't accepting whatever you were saying. You kept saying, no, we're straight, we're straight, we're straight, we're straight. Well, no, it was more of the first lady, because she was jumping in. Us and we and us and we. Check her. You don't get that? Every time Curtis opens his mouth, it's us and we and us and we. But you ain't even paying attention. So that's what makes y'all look suspect. Is that us and that we? How y'all become us and we? Do tell. But see how that is? See how that works? When the mirror's flipped around, you didn't like it. Just like he didn't like what you were doing to him. Carry On was like, look. So Curtis said, oh, so you know the girls. He said, I said, you call the girls? I had to figure out what's going on with you two first. What y'all doing with each other? Then maybe I'll contact some girls that I know. I don't know about what y'all got going on. They walked away. And I laughed. I said, yeah, you shady. Carry On. They ain't even realize what you was doing. All I know is Moula was over there hot as a firecracker. He's ready to fight again. Ready to fight again. Why you ready to fight, Moula? All he did was exactly what you did. Because you got an issue. You need to sit your little self down. You got issues. You need to grow up. Anyway, moving on. Natalie ends up calling. Like I said, Anthony and Milan, they shading each other's back and forth. I'm like, the two of them, too much to even watch. In the doggone confessional, Anthony tells, they're having a conversation. Anthony tells Milan, you can have a room, you got it, you want it, fair and square, you deserved it. Then in the confessional, he said, yeah, it's probably the best room you'll ever have. I got a whole mansion at home. It's fine. Have it, girl. I said, oh. And then Natalie calls, starts telling about this industry party that they're going to go to at the bowling alley tonight. Milan get up in the confessional and say, oh, this will be good. I can put on my little stuff and I can be cute going down to this industry party. Anthony can get on over there and drink and be the lush that he is. I said, oh, you two. Shady as hell with each other. I was like, child, y'all deserve each other. That was so shady. The lush, honey. I said, oh, okay. Anyway, so they're going to this bowling party. Natalie tells them it's an industry party, no fighting. London on the Track is going to be there, and it's actually sponsored by Zeus. So don't go and be carrying on. What we're doing is showing ourselves, and y'all building the brand. So don't get over there acting no damn fool. They go and they get dressed. They go on to the party. They're not there very long. William done put on this damn cat suit that's covered in, it's a money print. She done put on this cat suit, And I see her, and they filming her. She's over there twerking and you know, that's her crowning moment. She thinks that her ass is her best asset. So she's jiggling and wiggling and carrying on and being real extra. And that's the funny part. You know, I'm cool with my gays, however they come. You know, from the most feminine to the most down lowest. I'm listen. I love you all. It's fine. It's fine. I'm here for you. I'm shaking the flag for you. It's cool. But you gotta know there is a time and a place. There's a time and a place. There's a space for all that it is that you are. You tell me, how is it? Because William, see, if William was that girl all the time, that would be one thing. William not that girl all the time. See, Gutta is Gutta all the time. Gutta was there. Nobody ain't bothering Gutta at all. And you know exactly what's going on with Gutta. Gutta is there. Gutta got on a sweatshirt and a skirt. He had on a blue jeans skirt. Wasn't nobody bothering Gutta. Wasn't nobody looking at Gutta strange. But here you are, William. You done turned up. You shaking and carrying on. But then that's another thing where I'm looking at Milan with this whole, I was embarrassed and I was this and I'm that. How you get embarrassed by what William's doing? Now, the only issue I had with it is, again, you have to know the rules. You're not at a gay bar. That's the one thing that Milan said that made sense. He said, we're not at a gay bar. We're not at a gay bar. So why are you carrying like we're actually in a gay bar? You're not that. That's not your personality that you carry like that all the time. You don't carry like that all the time. We're actually at an industry party where there are people who are absolutely straight. And when they were saying he was like twerking up on people, see, that's problematic. That is problematic. Now, I never actually saw him twerk up on Moula. I saw no footage that actually said that. Moula was getting into this thing of saying how William was doing too much and this, that, thing, and the other. And I don't believe that he ever actually twerked up on him, because the way Moula is, I think he would have hit William, because William's an easy target. He would have popped him. He'd have popped him. He wouldn't let him get away with that. He'll say he's doing that on purpose. He would have popped him. So I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. I believe what happened, I believe Moula had that little situation of, what are you doing over there with them? It was that embarrassment thing. It was that embarrassment thing. Same as Milan was having that thing of, oh, he's with them. And you were doing that little thing, because you know we do that to each other too. It ain't right. But yeah, there's levels to our shit too. And she was really queening out, and you was giving. But see, in the same breath, in a different setting, they turn on the right music, and you'll pop your ass too, won't you, Milan? Messy. Messy, messy, messy. Y'all are seeing this? There are levels to it. There are levels to it. But William, you got to be able to read a room. If you don't learn to read a room, sis, it can be harmful to you and for you. It can be harmful for you. Can. And you actually have the enemy right amongst you, which is Moula. You don't even have to get into an issue with anybody else that's around that don't know you. You got an issue that came in the car with you. And you know it. So that's why I'm saying I didn't see footage of him actually doing that to Moula. I didn't see that. So I'm not really buying that. Moula's, again, trying to get some camera time, and you got the X on your back, William. He gets up there, he's all upset. Curtis comes to console him and takes him outside. And as they get outside, he's saying why he's mad, because Curtis don't know. He don't know why he's mad. When he get outside, he tells them what's going on, and that okay, we got the X on Williams back now. And Curtis starts saying, yeah, he was doing that to us. Yeah, we and us and we and us. I was like, Curtis, you really making me want to slap you. Because you the worst kind of first lady. You the worst kind. You don't pick out your own hats, bitch. Nothing more irritating than a first lady that don't pick out her own hats. Yeah, he was shaking his ass our direction. I don't believe either one of you. He was doing it on purpose. I don't believe either one of you. I believe the man in the house said just that. In so many words, the X is now on Williams' back. And you like, okay, we've got the X on Williams' back. And that's what I saw. Anyway, they go back in and he's telling them, he's like, well, just chill, just chill. We at this party. There's some bad bitches in there. Let's go back in there. Let's do this. But Moula already got his mindset. He's like, if you do it again, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be out, or I'll be the smacked him. When they get back in there, shortly thereafter, a fight breaks out, and here it was, the baby, the rapper, the baby, and his baby's mama's brother, which ended up being a big thing. That ended up being on social media. But yeah, they broke out to a big old fight over there on the right on the bowling alley, right on the lanes. I was like, oh my God, it was so slippery. I'm like, y'all crazy with all that. But that ended up breaking out. But had that not breaking out, Moula was going to get his camera time. So we ended up cutting out there for this episode. I don't know where we're going, but just know that Moula done put the X on Williams' back now. So now we're going to see what's going on. It ain't Carry On today. Today it's William. So we will see. We shall see. Now, William, do I feel really bad for you? Somewhat, but not a whole lot, because I didn't like what you did earlier. I ain't like what you did earlier. So I think the X being on your back, a little bit of it is your karma, bitch. But whatever. Let's keep watching, and we're going to see what's going on. But yeah, they getting on my nerves. Some of this is getting on my nerves. Some of it's getting on my nerves. But I'm still here. I'm still hanging. We're going to see how far we're going to go with this. While people pretending like they don't know what's going on and they ain't doing what they're doing. Just admit what you're doing. We know what you're doing, child. Anyway. This was episode 3 of The Bad Boys, Los Angeles. What is a bad boy? Bad behavior. That's all I'm seeing. Just bad behavior. Any old kind of bad behavior. It all goes. Anyway, I'll catch y'all next time. Later.